All right, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back to PrepperNow. I want to get this out of the way before my homeboy Magic Prepper gets going. I don't like to cross streams. Like Ghostbusters, I like to do things in a way that everybody's got their own lane, you know. Nothing but love, nothing but respect for our fabulous other preppers. So, yeah, we're just gonna get on here and do our thing and talk to you about some concerns, because there's some very bad stuff going on. And I want to start it off with the question of the day: where the heck is Joe? I mean, it's been, what, 5 days? Last time we saw him publicly was getting onto a plane, supposedly with Rona. And, I mean, if he had it, he really wasn't going the protocols. Even my wife, who's like, why isn't he wearing a thingy? So, you know, a lot of problems going on. Things are very bad, okay? I don't really know who's running my country right now. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm like, the more I think about that, the more I'm kind of freaked out. Now, I'm all about the checks and balances. I believe in the Constitution. I think it is the single greatest governmental document that has been created. I think human beings are not perfect, and we need such things. I believe in states' rights. You want to go out to California and be a friggin' freak, go for it. You know, I'll be out here. I'm in a very blue state, but in a very red portion of it. You know, not very red, but red. It's big, and we can all kind of do our own thing. But I'm kind of wondering right now, where the heck is everyone? What's going on? And that's kind of freaky. Because I don't know if you've ever followed the crisis reports. This little thing I do on my other channel, youtube.com/@crisisreport, but there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and I basically cover the crisis report over there, all the crises. You know, it should be crises report, really, but nobody knows who this guy is. Last time Joe was seen 5 days ago, nobody knows where he is, what he's doing, if he's okay, or who is running the country. And yeah, I'm kind of with there. There he is going down the steps. I hope he makes it. Joe has not been seen in public for 5 days. Last appearance was when he exited Air Force One Wednesday night. Charlie Kirk has a telegram. That telegram has said that there's rumors swirling that he is not actually okay, and there are worries about that. Now, of course, nobody knows. That's kind of the problem with all this. Nobody really has an idea. So, you know, and whenever you bring up these questions, they call you the favorite slander. You know, you're a CT, a thirst, conspir. Bobert, Colorado, demanded proof of life by 5 p.m. on Monday. Deadline came and went. Unacceptable. I mean, just something. Nobody knows. This guy's pretty good, you know. OSINT defender. According to Israeli sources, meeting with the White House has been scheduled to take place tomorrow between President Joe and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during the ongoing visit to the United States. Has now been canceled. So where is he, man? What's going on? I mean, he's meeting with Netanyahu because they're kind of embroiled in a two-front war. You know, 3 to 4 front, really, if you consider what's coming from the sea, what hit Tel Aviv the other day, and you consider the Hamas things going on, and then you consider the Hezbollah things that are firing up. Where's the leadership? Why is this happening? You guys remember when Lloyd Austin disappeared for a while? Why is this? What is it with this administration and people disappearing? And I'm not talking about the Chinese, I said something wrong about Xi Jinping kind of disappearance, who also is not around right now. Nobody's really seen him either after the third plenary of the Chi-Coms. I mean, where are we? What's going on with this? I know that there's, COG and other things going on, and people have, got their own little portion of the government down. And yes, that's why we, compartmentalize stuff and make it so everything can kind of run on its own. But still, like, what is going on and who the F is running our country? And I think the most concerning thing is that you see all this, and clearly the people behind the scenes, the ones that are really running the country, and it's not Joe Biden. They don't give a crap what you and I think. And so to call yourself an air quotes Democrat at this point is insulting. So I don't know what's going on. And I think more people need to ask questions. We're in a very precarious situation. And we have no clue where the leadership is. So Kamala flew to Delaware. She had an event. Supposedly, Joe called in, as it says here. Here it is. He calls in. He's been missing for a week. Just calls into Kamala's event, campaign headquarters. I mean, AI nowadays can basically do whatever the heck it wants. I'm not saying that's what happened, but like, is it possible? Yeah. Yes, they can do that. There's a deep fake yesterday or the day before of Xi Jinping saying he didn't have a stroke. It wasn't real. It looked like him. It sounded like him. Yes, they can do this kind of stuff now. This is where we're at technologically. So, and of course they're all like, it's Joe, he's calling it. But like, in, 5 days? He broke up with us via text message on Twitter or whatever the heck it is, X. Signature, people are questioning that. What the hell is going on? And it's not like we don't have a lot of stuff going on, right? Let's go on through. Oh, that's right. There's more flights being canceled due to this blue screen of death thing that happened. I mean, that's on day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, you're on like day 4 or 5 on that thing too. That's causing major stuff. This is CNBC. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian apologized and offered frequent flyer miles, oh, thanks, bud, to travelers for thousands of flight cancellations as the carrier struggled to recover from Friday's globe-spanning IT outage, disruptions that sparked criticism from Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Thanks, Petey. There's people that thinking that, what if, let's say, computers went down, right? And that's what happened on Friday, caused massive disruption. What else was happening during that time? Think about the Kansas City Shuffle. What was going on? What are we not looking at? What happened to the computers? Maybe was there anything on these computers that might be important that is now not there anymore? Like, what the heck is going on? Now, I've been over here doing the usual Prepper channel stuff, and I am a Prepper channel, first and foremost. I cover the news, I do. But, I've got full-on preps everywhere. There's been videos. People can vouch if you don't believe, whatever. And I do care about this, what's going on. But, like this is a problem now. I've been saying that we're going to get crazier as we get closer to the election. And as I recapped yesterday on the crisis report, and I believe here too, in the last week you've had an attempt on a president's life. You have major escalation on multiple fronts and multiple wars across the globe. A major breach of Israeli security happened in their capital, Tel Aviv. A global outage of IT took out everything from airlines to banking to hospitals to all kinds of critical infrastructure. Gone. Showing up for a surgery and you can't get, sorry, we're going to have to reschedule. There's a blue screen of death on the monitors in there in the surgery room. Like, what the heck else? Joe drops out. We haven't seen him. There was a big thing. I was going to talk about this. The committee that had Cheadle, the USSS Secret Service lady, come in. Okay. I don't know if you've seen the videos of her responses to some of the most just mundane questions that are out there. Like, did you have people on a roof? You know, and it's peppered with these jokes. You know, like I'm reading all this, and they'll put like some kind of joke thing. Like I saw this joke commercial for the Secret Service, you know, about a tactical slope team to handle roofs because they're such, you know, formidable places to station yourself. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is a joke right now. This is a freaking joke. Like, I've got kids, man. I've got a 6-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And a couple of them are off at a camp right now. And this is the way my country is. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. And that's, for me, if you've been here for a while, you know that's not easy. We are really, 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 really down a dark rabbit hole of WTF. Nobody knows where our president is. We don't know who the hell is running the country. You know, I mean, and you know what the craziest thing about all this is, folks? This is like there's so many deep issues that are going on right now. So many deep issues. Let's go right here. Thousands new neighbors are coming, and there's a new caravan coming. You know why? Because they're worried that Orange Man Bad's going to get into office. Who's in there? You know, are they all just, you know, future landscapers that are coming up to the north to get a better life? You know, I want people to get a better life. I'm not against that, but like, there should be a proper way to do it. And I don't know, maybe some nefarious actors from, say, the Middle East shouldn't be allowed to get there. I mean, there are people that are literally flying to South America, getting into these things, and rolling up north. I've seen video and footage and, you know, accountings of things that would freak you out. Because nobody knows who is coming here. Nobody knows who's, I mean, we don't know now. There's been tens of millions. So there's another one forming. 3,000 of them making their way north. Ultimate goal of reaching us. Requesting help. Protection. You know, I mean, it's to the point where, like, states have to erect their own structures. Texas shouldn't have to do that. It's a federal border. Texas shouldn't have to do that. I mean, who knows what's going on in New Mexico? That's Democrat run, so they're just like, come on in. Arizona, I know they've had a lot of problems. I mean, there's a freaking rancher that encountered, you know, some of these people, and he was the guy that got put on a trial. He got off. But still, think about like how freaky that is. I'm in my own country. I'm trying to protect my land from nefarious actors, and I'm the one sitting there in court, possibly facing not just like, you know, time, but like fines and money, and I'm supposed to be running a ranch here. Record numbers of people are going like right now, like maybe I should go somewhere else. And no, I'm not saying you should, and I'm not saying I will. But this is getting bad. So, there they are. There they are, folks. Now, the other thing, like the other side of this that people don't talk about, like, where's the resources coming from for all this? Where's the money coming from? Because last time I checked, we're friggin' broke. How are we gonna? I mean, all these people are are clearly, there's no 75-year-olds in there, at least from what I can see. These are people coming up, with the hopes of a better life, and they're going to need helping. And our government is doing that. But like, what about people in the inner cities? What about African Americans or other Latino Americans or minorities or poor white trash from the South whose jobs are going to be taken? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Look at that. Venezuela. That's a Venezuelan flag. That's not exactly a great place. And I can tell you, they're not sending their doctors and nurses up here, folks. Seriously. So, caravan would depart on Sunday morning and was headed for Mexico City, where migrants would largely disband and then take various modes of transportation on their way north. Now, I've got nothing against people getting a better life, but we don't even have a functioning immigration system. We don't have a functioning anything at this point. So, I mean, let's move on. So this is Kamala. They say that there's no time for another candidate to take her out. So she is probably going to be the candidate. Now, I personally think with the political strength that the Clintons have, I think they're going to really make a push for Hillary. I still strongly believe that. I do. Whoosh. So she takes us through this whole thing. Everybody's wondering, where's Joe? Nobody knows. Nobody knows who's running the country. It's clearly not Kamala. She's starting to campaign. So let me tell you about this right here, because I had questions about this. I don't know exactly how everything goes, but this gives a very good accounting of what happens. Okay, delegates are now formally uncommitted, right? Well, they can do whatever they want. So you got to think about this. She's been all around the country doing political stops. She did one today. So Joe Biden says it's Kamala. All the 50 chairs of the Democratic conventions or parties in all the states have said she's the one. Obama has not, so that's suspect. They do a lot of political work. So 4,000 plus group of people, big percentage of them, have actually met and shaken hands with Kamala. So she's got a lot going on for her in the race. They concentrate on the 4,000 people. Those are the deciders right now. There's nobody else making decisions. Trust me. Those people are also making decisions. They've got their people in there too. I saw a lady today that was sitting there going, people are scratching their head behind closed doors, wondering if Kamala is going to be the one. Saying she's not worthy. She's not worthy, but she's not going to do it. She's not going to win. So I don't know about this, but this lays it out. Democratic strategist Cornell Belcher said on Sunday, warning the passing over Harris would be a surefire way for Trump to win another term. Well, let's say it is Hillary. She's already gone against the guy. She's got delegates. She's Secretary of State. She's a senator from New York. She was a first lady. I mean, she has a political pedigree that most people don't have, for better or for worse. Okay? I'm not kissing her butt. I'm just saying that that's who she is. She is known by everyone. So I'll be really straightforward. The Democrats want to give the White House back to Trump, let them go into nomination process, open nomination process, and disrespect and step over the first black lady, vice president of the country. They will be committing absolute regicide. So I don't know about that. I personally think that Kamala is a weak candidate. She was a terrible border czar, or whatever the heck they called her. I don't even know what the term was. Clearly, I mean, we've got all these new neighbors coming on up the gut. We don't know where Joe is. The global financial, or the global IT outage is still taking victims. I mean, we are in a terrible state right now. I can't stress that enough. And I almost want to, like, I'm not a violent dude, but like, I almost want to smack people upside the head when they're like, just like, yeah, like, oh well, you check that election out. Who are you gonna vote for? It's like, do you have any clue what is going on all around you? My Lord, people are losing their jobs. Businesses are closing. There's all kinds of external pressures on our money, from global conflict to people coming up the gut of Central America. How the hell are we going to pay for all this? Because it's really becoming a problem. Probability of a recession by December 2024 is at 63%. Nice and perfect, right after the 115024 thingy that goes on. Probability of a recession by December 2024, 63%. Level's only been seen 3 times since 1960. 74, definitely. Major recession. Mid-70s were not good. Inflation was going gangbusters. And yes, it's happening again. 1980, same thing. 1981, same thing. That's why Ford didn't get reelected. That's why Carter didn't get reelected. Severe recessions. We're not talking like, a little bit of a pain here. We're talking major crap that's coming. And who is talking about this? Who on our political sphere is talking about this? I know that Orange Man Bad has referenced all this. He talks about it, but like, now we're talking about attempts on lives in Pennsylvania. Now we're talking about the commander-in-chief having the Rona and has disappeared for 96, 100 and whatever hours. And they got Kamala coming in. I mean, anybody that's sitting there going, hey, man, this looks good for Orange Man Bad. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't really look great for the country with all of the headwinds that are coming and smacking us upside the head. I mean, we have major crap going on. I was talking about this on the Crisis Report. Again, if you have not been over there, please check it out. Links in the description. It's my backup channel. It's just a news thing. So for all the people that want to come and get to the point, literally, it's like 150. This would happen, this would happen, this would happen, this would happen. And over there I was talking about, I opened it up about how we are really, and this has been a theme here, I know something about this. I teach history for a living. We are end stage Soviet Union, I feel, right now. And it's just going to take a certain kind of swift kick in the nuts to make everything just go sideways. Over there in the mid-'80s, before Gorbachev take over, and then inevitable on Christmas Day, 1991, when the whole thing just crapped the bed. Like, that's where we're at right now. This is terminal. I feel like we're witnessing end-stage America. I do. And I hate to say that out loud. Because first and foremost, as I said earlier, I've got little kids. And I don't want them... I want them to have everything that I was having. And no, I didn't get what the boomers had and all that. And of course, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But, like, I just want them to have a shot. And it doesn't feel like that's coming. I mean, I said over there, I'm going to say over here, we're going to pull out the history. 10% of the population of the Soviet Union passed away in some form after the collapse in the 1990s, between 91 and 2000. It was alcoholism. It was depression. It was, doing silly jobs that you can't do or can't get the money for. You got to clean your gutters out, so you climb up there and you fall off the ladder and you break your neck and die on the spot. All kinds of stuff like that. 10% over that decade. just because the whole thing collapsed and crapped the bed. Absolute arrogance if you don't think that that is a possibility in the next decade or so. I mean it. All empires go away. It's about 250 years. Where are we at? To what, 248? So there's going to be a major depression after the election, regardless of who wins. It's going to be far worse than the Great Depression in 1929. Nothing and no one can stop it. It is far too late to be stopped. The only question is, who can lead us out of it in short order? You know, there's people that have done metrics on what's going on around the world. You know, the cost of living, how much this is. What does it take to buy a car? What does it take to buy a house? What does it take to raise a family? All these different things, metrics. And right now, it is tougher, according to some people, and you know, going in and looking at financial numbers, it is tougher now than it was in the Great Depression in the 1930s. We just haven't had the Black Monday, Friday, or whatever the heck it was. There's signals that are going off that are reminiscent of 1987, that one. And that percentage-wise was worse. So we're heading into a recession, and some people think that it might even be worse than that and be a depression or so. So you got total unemployment. There it is, right there. And we're starting to inch back up. You had the GFC 2008. You saw the peak there, hovering over the 2010. Then, of course, you've got Rona that was a close second right here. And this sucker right there, it's starting to rise up. So, you know, Don Johnson says, is this the real reason why Joe stepped down? No. I don't know. But I can tell you this. Nobody knows who's running the country. Nobody knows where our commander-in-chief is, if you want to call him that. And all of this is really coming to a head. You know, I mean, we're the global reserve currency. Saudi Arabia, a month and a half ago, a month or so ago, said, F you, we're done. We're not using your currency for trading in oil. The petrodollar is effectively gone. Our debt to GDP ratio is, you know, about on par with what Japan's is. And that's rising. Usury. We're not even able to pay down our debt. Now we just pay for the usury on it. We pay the we're not paying down the principal. We're just paying down the usury. So that means everything just keeps going up. So I have no answers. I don't. I mean, I do. It's you prep. You store things. You get your butt as far out of debt as possible. You pay down everything. You own your vehicles. You try to own your house. You rent in a place that's not going to get crazy if there was kind of craziness. You know your neighbors. You stock food. You put away rice. You put away canned goods and stuff. You learn to can. You learn to garden. You get around people that are of a like mind, and you embed yourself. You protect yourself. That's what needs to happen right now. Every single American should be prepping. I'm sorry. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're paranoid. No, I'm a history teacher. I teach World War for a living. This looks like friggin' Europe 1934. This looks like, September 1929. The precipice of all this stuff going on. Absolute nuts. I mean, have you ever seen it like this before? Because I certainly haven't. I've never seen it like this before. And, think about all the people out there. Think about, like there's people that are taking care of their elderly parents. And they're sitting there going, like, how am I going to do this? First and foremost, how am I going to pay for it? Second of all, if things go sideways and the financials go out of whack, it's not going to be deflation possibly next time. It's possibly going to be inflation to hyperinflation. What am I going to do with my kids? They're not, there's so many people that are switching up right now and taking their kids out and homeschooling because they're not learning anything there, or putting them into, Christian schools or Catholic schools or, religious schools, or forming collectives and other things like that. That's our cousin. That's what they do, because they don't trust any of this crap. Meanwhile, they're worried about, what you call yourself in a private meeting with a boss or all this other social crap. Nobody cares what you do with your private parts in private. But here we are. I'm like, this is all kind of like starting to weigh down on me. I'm starting to like kind of see some big picture here, that there is a lot of problems going on and nobody knows what the heck is going on. Nobody knows who's running the country, and you've got China staring down Taiwan. You've got Russia going against Ukraine. You've got, Iran and Israel fighting proxy wars with that about to go up. The freaking leader of Israel, who's our main, our main person in the Middle East, they're coming here and they're canceling the meeting with him. Nobody knows who the guy is. He did a phone call today. That's what we've seen in 5 days. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to make the Shahs of Iran tremble. That's not going to make Vladimir Putin tremble. That's not going to make Xi Jinping or whoever the heck is running the communist Chinese tremble. So all I can say is, folks, man, be on your game. And I don't know, and there's people that are like, I can't do it right now. And I know everybody's hurting, I really do, because I see it. I see it out there. You go into places and you can just see it. You can just feel it. You can smell the misery. All kinds of people that are having problems right now. Food banks are overrun. I saw a thing. I was walking into Walmart today. I had to get some stuff. I don't like to go to Walmart, but I had to go get a couple stuff that was only specifically in Walmart. And they got like the canned goods. You come in, they got like the specials, and look over there, and they had like canned goods over there. I think it was like fruit, like Del Monte or something like that. And these things were like $2 a pop. Now I remember like within 5 years ago when they were 75 cents. That's not natural. That's not natural economics. I'm not an economist, but what I do have to teach rudimentary economics. That is not economics. That is defying laws of economics. Shouldn't be 3 times in 5 years. So what's it going to be? What, $7.50 by 2030? Yeah, that's possible. Man, we're making our own bread. You know what I was doing? I was getting what I needed for my wife and hunting down the friggin' like dollar bread, the day old bread thing that they have in Walmart. That's where I go to. Because I'm not spending $3.50 for freaking Wonder Bread. So, please, folks, be on your game. We are in a very nasty time right now. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Darken out the bell. We have these talks. I'm not some just, bonehead out here. Like, I'm a guy that actually has a little bit of a background in what I'm talking about. And not that other people don't. And you should go to the other. I strongly encourage you go to all the other prepper channels. Please. I'm about to top off here because I got to go mod for Magic Prepper. Please go watch Magic Prepper. Listen to what Angry Prepper's saying. Go follow Bear Independent. Go talk to the people in the streams of Prepper Nation, because there's some great people in there. Go and be a part of Pinball Preparedness' community. Go and follow the preppers. Go watch Alaska Granny. She does great prepping videos. And learn whatever you need to learn and get her done. And when you need the information about what's going on, come on over here and I will give it to you and I will pep you up. Because I can assure you, things are not going well right now. And as a guy that's got a political science degree, totally worthless. But what I know is that this is not normal. This is not normal. This is not, all this stuff going on right now is like some of the worst moments of our country that have happened, like around 1861 and stuff like that. Please, folks, get to doing something. I don't care what. Go to Craigslist free. You don't have to pay money. Go to Craigslist free and hunt that every day and see what you can find that can help you out to do stuff. We've decided we've got 2 chicken houses now. We got the main one we get our eggs from, and we got a fresh batch coming up. We're going to breed the crap out of them. That's what we're going to do with them. We're breeding the crap out of them. Because I'm trying to side hustle. Everyone knows my Saturdays are side hustle Saturday. I'm trying to YouTube. I'm doing things with sports ball. I play music. I'm doing everything I can to make as much money as possible. I'm about to pay down my shed. It's like due to be paid down in 3 years. I'm doing it 3 years ahead because I'm so freaked out by everything. Get your financial house in order, and at the bare minimum, get to know like other people in your area that you can have a like mind and could possibly be someone you could coalesce with in an emergency situation. Go onto YouTube and learn how to dress wounds. There's all kinds of stuff. YouTube's got all kinds of stuff you can learn for free. It's a great space for that. Great channels doing great things. Go to them. Follow them. Find out what you need to know. All right, friends, I'm going to tap out. I got to go over to my man Magic. It's 9:10. I got to get rolling. I don't want to dip into his stream. I don't like to cross with others. Please go over to Magic Prepper. Please follow other prepper channels. Get into preparedness and start to do the things, as Bear Independent says. Okay? Please. All right? Links in the description. Go to Crisis Report if you want to. YouTube.com/Crisis Report. Be like one of the wonderful members here or over there to get stuff in there. It's $2 a month if you're so inclined. If not, I totally get it. I'm just glad you're here. Okay? Keep following the prepper channels and keep doing the things. All right, friends. Thanks to my mods, Mamacita, SRD, my Rear Admiral, Gene W. Thank you so much for being here and helping out. Friends, go forth and prep. God bless.